Okay, time for round 2. Just waiting for an opponent here. So 1-0 in the league. You would have seen from the last videos if you did watch. So pretty happy with that as a start. Do enjoy casting Emrakul. Hey! Keen to jump in here. Spent the good part of the evening updating my cube. Pretty excited by that. Yes, I would like to play first. So I got a sort of fun interactive type cube that's going on. It's pretty good. The old one lander. Got a sphere and stars. Tempted to keep this. Let's have a look. I'll lead off with a sphere, crack that on turn 2, probably regardless. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's certainly risky. We might end up with nothing, but we'll see how we go. Opponents also in the tank. Might just shut the door because there's a 3-year-old in the house who's likely to wander in. Doesn't like going to bed much. Opponent very deep in the tank here. Not sure what's going on. Here we go. Right, door shut. As discussed, we'll lead off with a forest and a sphere. Oh. Pleasantries. Death Shadow. Okay. Crack this. Excellent. Find that land. And we'll run out of Mind Stone and probably Terrarian. Comes into play tap, so try to get into play early. He's probably going to want to... Well, he's thinking about Stubborn Denial, most likely. Just going to turn down some of these effects in between things. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit less annoying. Okay, not the deck I was expecting. Very interesting. I might lead off here with a Wellspring to try to find a land. Chalice, okay. Might just run out a star here. Sorry about that, Facebook notifications. Let me let's get out of that. So some kind of control deck, I guess. Blue-red tempo, like, yeah, not a deck I've seen. Unless he's going to try and storm me out, I suppose, but let's have a look. Basically just going to play out my hand here. See what's up. So it doesn't have a cost reducer, so I'm not too worried about dying next turn. Unless he draws one this turn, there's a chance that that happens, but next turn I'll start digging. For Resolve KCI, I've got enough artifacts in play and Sanctum. Electrolyze, okay. Definitely feels like some blue-red control deck. So he's gone top, okay. Yeah, okay, let's start with perhaps a Terrarian. And we'll add a blue and a green because we've got Thoughtcast in our deck, so we'll use the green to cycle that one through. We'll just play and crack a sphere here. Try to see as much of our deck as we can. Yep. Make a land drop, which is good. Might as well run out this Mind Stone. And we'll crack Terrarian. Okay. Not drawing very well. Let's try to just bait a counter with a nice big Overflowing Chalice. And threaten to overpower him with lots of manas. And yeah, I think we'll just ship the turn. Need to draw kind of the other half of our deck. So we drew an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that turn and just ended up basically in the same position. So you think about looting here with the Desolate Lighthouse? No, you can't quite. No, need to. There's one more land for that. Maybe he's thinking about running out a Snap Bolt, putting me on a bit of a clock. Not a bad idea. Yeah, there we go. Definitely think that is the right play. That is Cryptic Command mana as well, which obviously not very good for us. Oh, this is that Blood Moon through the breach deck. Right. Okay, that'll do it. Okay. I drew basically nothing. What do we got? Yeah, there you go. Typical. Every time. Never look, guys. Never look. Okay, so let's start with a number of defense grids. And probably a couple of Nile spell bombs. And I don't think we need an engineered explosives. Thoughtcast, probably not what we want to be doing. Ancient Stirrings is always tempting to cut, but it does find the cards that you bring in a lot of the time. I cut it against aggressive decks because it lets you make room for Pyroclasm. But in the paper version, I play Kozilek's Return here, but yeah, just don't own them online. So I'll just cut a couple of Terrarians, I think, 60. So brought in Defense Grids because they've got blue mana, Snapcaster Mage, probably Cryptic Commands and Remands, maybe Mana Leaks, Negates, Ceremonies, Rejection, that sort of stuff. So Defense Grid's good. They've got Snapcaster Mage, so run out a couple of Spell Bombs. No, not all three, because it's kind of just a value card, slows them down, it's not a crucial card in the matchup, and if they're playing Emrakuls, then I want Ensnaring Bridge, so let's go with that. Wait for my opponent here. So that game's actually a pretty good example of the downside of playing this kind of deck. If I was playing a creature deck with, a whole bunch of 1-drops, 2-drops, 3-drops, maybe even a couple of 4-drops, then you've got a lot of redundancy in your deck, and every card kind of plays to your game plan. Whereas a deck like this, you've got those few key cards, and if you don't draw them, then yeah, you're really in trouble. So now this hand at least has half of my combo, which is great. Inventor's Fair could potentially find the other half. I've got ramp, I've got something to search with, so pretty happy with this as an opener. I don't know why, but I always enjoy leading with the Citadel, just knowing that your land's safe from that 0.1% chance that it's not. It's a nice Scalding Tarn. Okay, got the Inventor's Fair life gain online. And from what I've seen of this list, their 2-mana counters are generally just remand. So post-board they may be a little more varied with Ceremonies, Rejections, and even Negates. So probably won't run out the KCI this turn, even though I can cast it. Yes, thank you, I'll have a life. Wellspring, that's not bad. So let's cast the Wellspring, and we'll follow that up with an Ancient Stirrings. Most people pause when you play a Wellspring. Okay, that's great. A second KCI is exactly what we're after. So if they do have that hard counter, I've got a chance to follow it up. So let's go with a Stirrings. What do we have here? I think now 2 KCIs, hang it back. We've got some of these artifacts here, so I probably just want a Sanctum to go with the hang it back Walker. Stars, Wellsprings, pretty good. Not interested in the Forest. Inventor's Fair, Legend Rule. So let's go with that. I'm happy with any order. And just ship it from there. Let him fetch something out with his Rainforest. I do appreciate the foil fetch lands and the foil bolt. My opponent's deck is quite good in the foil stakes. Carl Lennon. I might let him know. Another. Yes, thank you. All the lives. I'll have all the lives. Fours were cheaper. Okay, so we have our combo. What's the chances of it resolving? Let's leave Mindstone on tap just in case things do resolve here. I doubt it. I really do doubt it, but I would like to sack a Mindstone to draw a card rather than the mana. So let's run that out and got to fight through these counters. Remand as expected. What we may be able to do if the game goes long enough is use Inventor's Fair to go and search up a defense grid, cast the defense grid. That'll bait the counter out, and then we should be able to resolve a KCI from there. Oh, lost the little recording thing there for a second. I thought I'd lost it, but it's all good. This is end step. Happy with that. Yeah, lives. Not super relevant against a deck with Emrakul in it, but let's see what he has. So to do the play with the Inventor's Fair that I was talking about, so you need 5 mana for the Inventor's Fair to activate it and search. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got that, and then I would need 6 mana on the following turn to play the defense grid followed by the thing. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to draw another land for that to happen. Journeying through these remands. I might try to find that land. One, and then there we go. Let's see what he does here. He's happy for that, okay. So this is interesting. Let's make this a bit bigger. The spell bomb seems decent because he does have Snapcaster Mage, but I think I like my other plan a little better. So don't know. Might be wrong. It's gonna make him use these counters. Got the backup KCI in our hand, so okay, that's very interesting. Could it be that he doesn't have another counter? Let's try and resolve a scrap crawler. Let's see what happens. So we can always go and get one next turn with the Inventor's Fair. Let's see if this guy resolves. He may just not have it. He may be waiting for something else. I don't know. Okay. Let's sacrifice this. We don't have a 0 cost artifact, unfortunately, but Might be able to scrounge something up. Sacking the star first, because if he kills the scrap trawler in response, I can sack the wellspring, get the star back, and just basically draw more cards. So sack the wellspring in response, gets a star, and then sack the trawler, which will then get the wellspring, and hopefully then draw into more stuff. So yeah, here we go. So let's do exactly that. Get the star, and then we'll then sack that to get the freshly sacked wellspring. So yes, he has a bolt, but we should hopefully get some action. Interesting. I did play a land this turn. I wonder if we can just ramp into an Emrakul here. Perhaps not. Let's have a think here. If we go this guy for 4, that's 10 mana. Say yes to the Sanctum activation, go and get another hanger back. 12 mana, it's only 14. So 8 to 10, 10 to 12. Sack Ironworks itself is only 14. So I think what we do is we run out a defense grid. Sort of an unfortunate set of cantrips here. And then a Hangerback Walker for 3. Because we've got the Emrakul in hand, so we don't need the Sanctum activation. He may have the combo in his hand, but we may be able to survive because of Hangerback. Stomping Ground's interesting. Does he have an Engineered Explosives or maybe an Ancient Grudge that he wants to flash back? He may not have it in hand, he may be just fetching it out in case he draws one with the Desolate Lighthouse. So, Darksteel Citadel, 3 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I can untap with this current board, I have an Emrakul. Okay, Darksteel Citadel. I think I do this, and then 7, 9, 11, 13, and Emrakul Manor. Yep. Okay. Cool. Sometimes it just pays to jam the artifacts. So I'm tempted by this Padim. The fact that he fetched out, he or she, sorry, must be inclusive. The fact that my opponent fetched out that Stomping Ground leads me to believe that Ancient Grudge may be a card that they are playing. So Padim seems pretty good in that sense. May also draw me some cards. I might just go down to 1 Spell Bomb. I think that's might be worth doing. I do like this deck actually. I think was it Frank Lepore? So if I have a look at Channel Fireball, and it might have been one of Frank Lepore's Modern Mondays. So let's, yeah, Blue-Red Breach Moon. So this is the deck that I believe he's playing. Threads Roast Negate, Engineer's for Ceremonious Rejection, and 2 Ancient Grudge. Yeah. So also Spell Snare, 4 Remand, and Is It Charm. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, this hand is pretty clear mulligan. It's one of those situations where it's tempting to keep the hate card, but the rest of the hand's pretty bad. So let's mulligan that. And this is something I can work with. So what do we get on top? My opponent also took a mulligan, so that's not so bad. Yeah, I guess I keep the combo. That's why my opponent's resolving Serum Vision. We'll go back to this deck. 3 Cryptic Command, 2 Blood Moon. I guess I would have kept those in. Electrolyze, yeah, doesn't look like a very good matchup for me at all. I think I was just lucky that my opponent didn't have any other counter magic that turn. Otherwise, I didn't have to get too fancy. So. Double Island, not suspicious at all. Anyone who's ever played Magic in their lives would not be suspicious of a Double Island hand at all, would you? Multi-kicker 1, please. Attempted to pop this to cast this, but I think I might just wait till next turn. If my opponent does have a Blood Moon, oh, just go on the old clock. They may be looking at running out of Blood Moon. That looks good. So even if they do have a Remand, I can replay it. Negate. Okay, that's also fine. That's what it's there for. So, I guess I go for I'll take the star. It's an extra cantrip if I do resolve this KCI. But what I might do is I might just run it out. I won't sack the other one. I want the permanents in play. Okay, cryptic command. Okay. What's more important here? I've run out the scrap trawler. If you do need to decide which one is more valuable, you can win without scrap trawler. Can't win without Crackling Ironworks, so that is counterbait. So unfortunately, but I would much rather resolve a KCI than a scrap trawler. What do I want to draw here? I guess another KCI, Inventors Fair, Defense Grid. Defense Grid would be pretty much the card I'm after. Old Ambush Viper does put a clock on. I know he doesn't have Cryptic Command. What did he do with the... he went top. So he missed a land drop, so chances are they land. I do have 3 cantrips if this does get counted to draw another, so let's give it a whirl. He's got a remand, then that's not the end of the world. I've got rid of a remand. Ceremonious rejection. Okay. It was going to be a problem at some stage anyway, so I might cycle through here. See what I draw. Oh, that's not a bad draw at all. Okay. And I'll play that. I'll put a stop on my upkeep. 14 life, pretty healthy. I will I'll start with a defense grid, I think. And got time. Unless he bolts me and then snap bolts me, but we'll see. Okay. And nice pain-free blue mana, thank you. Okay, shields are up. Still get remanded and ceremoniously rejected. Okay. Wonder if he found another through the breach. I might draw and see what my draw step gives me. Oh, that's funny after he did the Emrakul thing. Right, okay, so let's just run that out. It might come in handy if I do get a... it's pretty funny. Okay. Got another artifact in place, so that's fine, and he's clearly got more counters. But I might draw a card in his end step. Oh, no, we got... Oh, he's electrolyzing me. Okay. I feel like he probably should have drawn the combo by now. I feel like I've done nothing to stop him, really. I don't really have anything to stop that combo. I just need to try to be faster, but yeah. I guess he could just 6 me with lightning bolts. I will try and draw a card here. You, sir. And yeah, happy to pay black here. Opal, okay. Then difference between 5 and 6 is pretty negligible, really. Okay. Please resolve. What do we have here? Ringband. None of those were lands. I need to somehow just not die this turn. A land there, I could have recast it and wouldn't have had counter magic and I could have gone off, so... Opponent's saying GG, I don't know if that means that they've got me or I've got them. I'm not quite sure. It certainly has been a good game. But I'm assuming there's a lightning bolt in my future. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Unfortunately, didn't get there, but it was a good game of Magic. Very interesting deck that my opponent's playing there. So, yeah, we'll play another. So let's. I enjoyed that deck. It's a good matchup.